Welcome everyone. I'm going geek today. It's going to be a little bit more detailed than this is the non-foo-foo broadcast. Not even in my car, so how serious I am. Let's go over here. Into the tripod you go. Trying something newer tonight. Let's do this. I want to be able to see that screen because I'm actually I'll go down like this. Welcome everyone and thanks for joining. I want to be able to see that a little bit in the background. I think I'll just reference it so it's not too distracting. I'll turn this down. But, whoa. Welcome everyone. I'm going to be really brief. I don't know. Let me know if this is not really, if you have your phone in portrait mode or get those two mixed up for some reason. If I go across the top, I think it'll be good for the comments and so it's not too distracting. You can actually kind of see this behind here. But what I want to talk about is the secret to success online and some of the things that you need to have in place and some of the mindset options, that sort of thing. And I'm going to be running through these somewhat quickly, and I'll just briefly introduce myself. Name is Greg Barth. Welcome, Greg, online fitness coach, and I moved my business pretty much purely online so that I can reach as many people and those same people that I can relate to as really my tribe, and I'm going to get into that. So I think it's like 7 or 8 different little steps. I just wrote these down, and there's probably a little massaging that might need to go on with that as well. And as we go through these, if you have any comments, just list them below. If you want to share, anyone you know is in online business, share that away. Tap on the screen for the hearts. You guys know the drill, so let's jump in. Number first. Oh, hold on a second. I got to click over here. Okay. And the font is probably a little small. I don't know if you can really read that, but I'll speak them too so that you can actually hear it. The first one is knowing what your deep emotional story is, being authentic, real, vulnerable, and having a connection. The connection with people. That's what seemed to be losing a lot these days because, let me turn this down. I think we're losing our human connection a little bit by having all the online stuff going on, and there's so many different avenues that we can go down that we get lost in technology a lot of times, and we're on our phones or texting. We're probably not talking on our phone, but we're texting and we're tweeting and we're Snapchatting and all that kind of stuff. But sometimes the communication and the real connection with people and purpose and all that sort of thing is lost a little bit. So that's kind of the whole idea there is, I moved on to number 2, I guess there. But having your emotional story, what is it that you've overcome? What is it that it really represents? What makes up you? Are you different? Let's see here. I'm going to move this up there. Whoa. I think it's better like this. Better? Yeah, I think so. Thumbs up. Is this okay? I just want to make sure before I go. I don't think you can really see that, but I'm just testing this out a little bit. Or I think I see comments. Just give me, there we go. I see people joining, but I don't know if the comments are good. Up and down, up and down. Thumbs up, thumbs down. There we go. Okay, cool. Thanks. I just didn't know if sometimes with the shifting back and forth. Yeah, I think next time this is a test a little bit. I'm going to make that bigger. I just had the TV here, the laptop. Seemed like it was a little easy to do. This is what I'll do. At the end, I'll hold the camera up to the 7 steps and you can snap a shot if you want. So that's really the first thing is know what your story is, having it deep so that there's some kind of an emotional tie to it. If it's not emotional, it's just not strong enough. And it's not going to move people to want similar changes for themselves, or how can they learn from you, or what kind of tools can they use. Then the second one is knowing your target market and your tribe. So if you really know who you are, what you represent, then, for my example would be like, I know who my story is 2009, losing weight, and then learning about myself and all that sort of thing. So those are the people that I'm going to connect with the most. That'll be my tribe, the people that will be able to relate to, like, well, if he did that and he lost weight and he's doing this, and that's kind of similar to what I'm thinking now, and then I'm showing some things that I'm doing that is changing everything in my life, then they start to see that it's possible for them as well. and then I'm authentic and vulnerable along the way. Vulnerable and authentic have got to be my favorite words for this year, seriously. Simplicity, vulnerability, authenticity, those are words that we don't really, I think they're not used as often as they should, or people aren't really using them and like acting upon them and being them instead of just throwing them around. So that's number 2. And then number 3 is more like, this is kind of the brand. The brand is consistent, unique brand in your voice. When I started on Periscope, I didn't really know what am I going to talk about. So that's when I sat down and wrote down these 6 things. And what's my brand? What's my story? And I just wanted to make sure that I had something to say that would make sense. And as I started to talk, and the first Periscope I did was 6 different things. This is what I'm going to talk about: fitness, nutrition, lifestyle, travel, behind the scenes kind of stuff. But as I started to do these and I started to talk more, welcome Jake, we're just talking about some successful things and things that I find really important to set up online to be successful. So then I started talking, and I started to talking and doing all these, I do twice a day Periscopes, is I started to see this trend that I would usually migrate towards like mindset and books that I'm reading and how I'm learning things about business and life and how it all comes together. And then I'm doing a lot of online business kind of stuff. So I'm tools and social media kind of things. So then as I'm learning that, I want to talk about that because that's just in my head. And that's part of what makes my world go around. So I want to share that. So that's my voice and my brand. But you can't have success online unless you know some of these things and you're going through the process. Value. What's your favorite V word? Value. Target content. Testimonials, success stories, reviews, and answer questions. So, all right. Well, I don't know if that was for real or not, but value. So we have value. And like Gary Vee's book, Jab, 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 Right Hook, is value. Well, I'll add a couple more value, and then hook. Value, ask type thing. But I think a lot of times people are getting so lost in not providing value and just trying to get a sale because that's what you do, right? You send a link out and order my stuff, and it's just not how it works. Form a connection, be authentic, all these sort of things. They kind of blend together, and I think I'm going to massage this a little bit more so it's more of a fluid motion. But testimonials, success stories, I share my story, I share other people's stories, the products that I use, but I focus a lot on the stories of overcoming adversity, and then the products are the tools to what's helped all of us get to the next level. Number 6 is traffic. Not the cars on the road, but it's very similar. So yeah, Facebook ads, organic, SEO, which is search. And then you basically just want to get eyeballs. You can have the best, you could basically cure cancer and have a product for it, but people probably won't even read it. Like if you send out an email, hey, I just cured cancer. I bet if you try that, I cured cancer, just read this document. No, I wouldn't even read it because it's just spam, I'm sure. But if it was really true and only one person saw it, that's probably a bad example, but you kind of understand what I'm trying to get at is you need to have people see it. There's people with average products and average service that have a large audience or a lot of people that they're in front of, and they can do they have a lot of success. So it's really just a matter of getting in front of the right people often. And then you can do that. A lot of people are doing Facebook ads. That seems to be really a smart thing to do right now. You can also just by writing great content and getting that out online and getting that in front of people, keywords, that sort of thing. If you're in fitness and you want to talk about like my whole market's guys that want to do push-ups, then you write stuff around that. Kind of the general concept. Number 6, I think there's 2 more. Conversion. So you get all these people, they're all following you, you're providing content, but what's the next step? You have to lead them down a path of simplifying, shortcuts, step by step, that sort of thing. How do you take them from having some problem, overcoming that problem with some tools to the next step and the next step so that they can continue in smaller pieces getting to the larger picture and the larger success? And that's exactly like meeting their need So you know what their need is and their problem, and you're solving that. You're solving problems with value, and then you're providing content to solve that target market's problem. That's what that number 6 is. Number 7, the last one, is follow up, and then we have success at the end. Follow up, follow up, follow up, and that's really can be automated follow up with emails and autoresponders, which is very critical because if you're going to be an online business, you want to kind of create a lot of automation as much as possible, but you also want to be a person. So interact on social media, especially. Don't post something and go, well, see you later. I posted a great article, go read it, let me know. You want to engage, and the social media is, the whole idea of social media is to be social. You're interacting, you're providing value, you're creating connections with people, you're a human, you're providing all those needs and solving problems, you're learning from them as well, and you're interacting, and then you kind of move it to the next step. The whole goal is always to keep things moving to another step. And I don't go to the grocery store and like meet someone and say, hey, you want to buy some stuff? It's all about forming a relationship and being a real person. So back to number 1, number 1, authentic, real, vulnerable, use emotion, tell your story, 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 and tell your story once again. How about that? All right, so I'm going to flip this over, take a screenshot of this. Actually, I'll just do this here. How about that? Can you see that? Whoop, I'll get out of the way. That is the secret sauce. So that's kind of a little higher level, and then there's a lot more detail as you go into that, like how do you do this stuff, which platforms to be on, all that kind of thing. But this is something that I really love to do, and I love to use social media to interact, and that's why I'm on here. That's why I'm on Periscope, is to interact and to engage with all the people that are like me and that want a similar lifestyle, that sort of thing. Yeah, so I'm actually talking to my guy that's helping me with my brand stuff in my new blog in like 4 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up. And that's kind of the deal. I'm going to run through that one more time. Deep emotional stories, number 1. Know your target market. I'll look over here. Brand and value, number 3 and 4, was consistent, unique brand and voice. And number 4 is target content, testimonials, success stories, and reviews, answer questions, listen to your audience. And then number 5 is Facebook ads, SEO. You want to have traffic to your blog site and all that sort of thing. Conversion, matching your need, content, solving the target market's problems. Number 7, follow up. And people miss number 7 a lot. They do all the other stuff and they don't really follow up. Cool, guys. I appreciate everyone for joining this little quick session on some geek online stuff. It's not too geeky, but it's a little more business stuff than all the woo-woo. But what you want to combine this in the woo-woo personal development kind of stuff and following your passion, and then everything starts to really fall into place and opportunities are flying out of the sky. I got to rock. Thanks for joining me. I'll have coffee once again tomorrow, twice a day Periscopes, and until then, have a great night, and I will talk to you guys soon.